Well, hello everyone, Taxi88 here, and welcome to another retro gaming review. And now I'm picking on a game that for some reason remembered some wording of the review that I read a while back, and I keyed it into Google and found out that it was this game, The Deep, published by US Gold for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum and released in 1988. Now, apparently, it's a coin-op conversion that Emerald Software worked on, and I'd never actually heard of this game, and so I had a look at its instructions, and I thought I'd give it a whirl and see what all the fuss was about. Now, this game came out in 1988. There was also a film called The Deep that came out 11 years earlier that starred Nick Nolte, Jacqueline Bisset, and Robert Shaw, and is probably notable amongst other things for having Jacqueline Bisset in a wet white T-shirt with nothing on underneath. But we won't go into that. But we will get into this game. So here we go. So I'm that ship on the surface of the sea here, and my only weapon is the depth charges. And you can see a radar at the top of the screen, which your main enemy are these submarines. Oh. You can go away. You have to watch these flags. You need to collect them because if you do, then the helicopter will drop something. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually get that because that damn perishing whatever the hell that was supposed to be got in the way. So whatever it is right at the bottom there. So I'm going to get that. Oh, it disappeared before I could get it. Yeah, those flags only stay up for a short time. God, that was close. Right, I'll get that. Hopefully I'll be able to catch. Yes, I've got another weapon. You don't actually have limited ammo, but there is a limit as to how many depth charges you can actually drop. And below the score and the life counter in the top left corner, it actually shows you. Oh, how am I meant to get that? Oh God, that didn't even touch me. Oh God, that was close. Can I catch this one there, perhaps? Yeah. What? That didn't even touch me. Oh my God, the hit detection in this is abysmal. Oh, again, that was nowhere near. Oh, damn it. That was nowhere near me. What? There was nothing there. I just blew up for no reason. There was nothing there. Let's try again. So back on the boat again, and we got whatever the hell these things are. So what did that give me? I clearly collected it. One thing that does irritate about this game is that you don't know quite from which part of your ship the depth charge is going to come from. So, oh, that was close. Oh, get out of the way. Yeah, I picked up a smart bomb. I never knew that these rays could be so deadly. I mean, they can even take out a whole ship somehow. Right, let me get this. That's going to be another flag. Oh, sod off, that was nowhere near me. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, again, that was miles away. Oh, that hit, I admit that. But there's no invulnerability, so I got killed before I even had a chance to snatch a breath. Right, hopefully I'll be able to get this. So what did that give me? Oh, I see. I see. I can actually. I actually had some level of direction of control of that particular depth charge. That's the same letter again. Oh, sod off. Yeah, I've still got. Oh, that was nowhere near me. I mean, the game plays well enough, and the controls are responsive enough, but the biggest problem is that the overall game for a 1988 release game is so incredibly basic. It's like one of those handheld games, and it's about there's no reason why it couldn't have been done as one either. Oh, piss off. I've got a pod. What does a pod actually let me do? I looked in the instructions. I couldn't find anything about how to actually use where the pod actually comes into being. Well, that gave me a smart bomb, which is just what I needed. Why do those fish kill you? I mean, it's a boat, for God's sake. Right, B, what's that going to give me? Oh, another pod, which I don't know how to use. At least those curving missiles allow you can destroy with depth charges. Yeah, as I was saying, this is a bit. That didn't touch me. I'm sorry, but that would have just missed. Was this really an arcade machine? I mean, for one that came out in 1988, it's a bit basic. Got 3 more things coming from the right. Yeah, another pod. I really hope there's more to the game than this, because this is actually really starting to get boring. See, look, why some? Oh, I couldn't do anything about that. I was completely surrounded. See, look, that first depth charger went from the front of the ship, and the next one went from the back. What's that all about? Why can't I just pick one and stick to it and make it more consistent? It'd make it a lot easier to determine when to drop them. See, that one came from sort of somewhere near the middle of... Ugh. Oh! Oh, this is boring. I mean, This came out full price, £8.99. There were budget titles which were going for about two or three quid that were more interesting than this. I mean, literally all I seem to be doing is going left and right and dropping depth charges. That really is starting to get quite dull. What are those things? I mean, those disc-shaped things that come to the surface and try and basically become a major source of irritation and get in the way. I don't know whether I got that or not, but I've had some occasions where I picked something up and nothing seemed to happen. Give me something more interesting to do. This is getting boring. And what's the crack with these pods? I've got 3 of them, but I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to do with them. But as I said, I looked at the instructions. I couldn't find anything about the pods. And this was an arcade machine from the latter half of the 1980s. I mean, we had pretty complex stuff like Double Dragon and Afterburner. This is about as interesting as releasing Space Invaders would have been. Get out of the way, you stupid fish. No, you arsehole. Ugh. Give me something more interesting to do. This is dull. Why was there colour clash on the right there? There's nothing magenta coloured over there. Oh, I've had enough of that. So that's the Deep for the Spectrum. Pretty dull game, if the truth be told. Or virtually all you're doing is going left and right, dropping depth charges on fish and submarines and whatever those weird disc-shaped things are. No, I'm not that impressed with that. Graphics. Nice use of colour. The manta ray type fish are well animated, and everything moves smoothly. Little bit of colour clash, which was a bit unexplained. In that, towards the end, you saw bits in that bottom right corner where things were suddenly turning magenta, even though there was clearly nothing magenta there. Sound. Well, you got this music. This is 48K tune. As far as I know, there was never a separate 128K version. It's okay. I mean, I've heard worse 48K tunes. I mean, Tapper, for instance, and that music at the start of Sooty and Sweep, which I reviewed for the Spectrum not all that long ago. Listen to that music at your peril. It's right at the very beginning of the video. It's got some fairly nice explosion sound effects. Gameplay starts off looking like it might be quite interesting, but really all you're doing is going left and right and dropping depth charges, and that really does get old quite quickly, especially for a full price game that cost a penny shy of £9 and came out in 1988, when you would have had budget titles for £1.99 or £2.99 that offered more enjoyment than this. The two main problems with the game are A, it's boring and repetitive, B, the hit detection is terrible. I mean, most of those times when I was supposedly hit, the whatever was supposedly hit me was nowhere near me, or at the very least would have just missed me. And yet somehow it got me. And I still don't understand how a manta ray type fish can destroy a ship. And I also don't know why some of those power-ups I clearly picked up from the helicopter that passed overhead didn't seem to do anything. So I'm not that impressed with that. So I'm going to give The Deep 3 out of 10. It's just too tedious and irritating to be fun for long, especially with that god-awful hit detection. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Texie88 out.